Hi, my name is Adrian, and this is my friend Chaps. He's a super wonderful guy with many amazing talents. Recently, he's been developing his skills as a videographer, documenting the Occupy movement, free speech in action, and the great populist unrest that's been sweeping our nation. He traveled to Chicago with a group from Occupy Portland this summer to document the NATO protests and was overwhelmingly inspired by the organization of the demonstrations he witnessed there. He also got pretty badly beaten up by the cops. Oh no! But that isn't stopping him from doing whatever he can to make it to New York City this September for the year anniversary of the Occupy movement's inception.
Hi, my name is Chops, and this is my friend Adrian. She's a rad and rowdy woman who's been involved with community organizing and activism for a very long time. She's a powerhouse with a megaphone, able to command attention of the masses and communicate very effectively. She puts those skills to use throughout the Occupy Portland movement as a facilitator, helped to create the spokescouncil meeting model that is still in use today. As a low-income homeowner and a healthcare professional who has been denied health insurance, she's definitely part of the 99%. And even though it'll mean missing out on some much-needed income, she's doing everything she can to get to New York this September to experience the anniversary of the movement that changed her life.
Like most exciting opportunities in life, this one sort of snuck up on us. And since we started discussing it and dreaming about it last week, it has completely taken us by storm. We have an idea that with your help, we are dedicated to bringing to fruition.
As truth seekers, neither of us relies on corporate news coverage of large protests, but rather on the accounts of independent media, coverage without a motivation for profit.
As experienced activists, we know that major news networks will never tell our side of the story, the experience behind the police line. When we want that story and are unable to be there to experience it ourselves, we turn to live streaming media, blog updates, forums, and elsewhere.
While we greatly appreciate those mediums, we are also aware of their coverage limitations, and we want to provide an alternative. Our goal is to create for you and the world a daily, comprehensive video report of all the actions and events that are planned for the weekend.
We want to bring you the all-inclusive experience of each day in a traditional-style news format, complete with feature pieces, interviews, and personal accounts from viewpoints that are so rarely given voice in popular media. Truth to Power News is not just our project, but a tool that will enable the entire story to be told.
The fine folks at Occupy Wall Street are doing everything they can to provide transportation to New York City for eager participants the nation over. But the demand has begun to overwhelm even their great capacity. Even if we could both manage to get seats on a bus from Portland, the entire trip would take 15 days, and there's no way that either of us could afford that much time off of work. So we need your help.
In a time when corporately funded misinformation passes for news, and when social media floods our minds with distractions like a fire hose aimed at a teacup, it is imperative that we share our truly meaningful experiences with one another and help each other to see the truth that defines our great struggle for equality and justice.
All over the world, there is a shift in consciousness occurring and a unifying culture of collective and creative resistance emerging. From Spain to Egypt, Mexico to Canada, students, workers, and families have taken to the streets in unparalleled numbers to demand true change.
For the past year, we've witnessed civic engagement and participation in direct democracy flourish in our own nation, as young and old met in city centers in every state to create viable alternatives to the challenges that unite us.
Now more than ever, we need our stories to be heard. As the presidential election looms near, and as we witness political dissent silenced by a militarized police state at the Republican National Convention and elsewhere, we feel the urgency to disseminate the truth, personal accounts of the populist struggle that will always lead to more mobilization, organization, and inspiration. We would love nothing more than to travel to New York together as an unstoppable best friend documentarian team to bring you the story of Occupy Wall Street's one-year anniversary and all the excitement that we're sure will go along with it.
Social movements take time to develop, which can be difficult to remember when you are steeped in a culture that demands instant gratification. The Occupy movement has accomplished so much in its one short year of existence, not the least of which is to demonstrate to all whom it has touched that a political arena with true horizontal organizing is possible, that it is in fact close enough to touch. We may only be two people, Together, with Chops as videographer and myself as reporter, we may only communicate as one voice. However, we are full of passion, of hope, and of experience great enough to know that our project can, and will, fulfill a great need for our community.
We are asking for your help, and that of your friends, to cover our minimum expenses for traveling to New York and taking part in this momentous occasion. Whatever you can give will help us, as we hope to help you in return.
Through collaboration and donation, you can help us bring power to the people through truth and reporting, and we will be eternally grateful for whatever you can contribute.